This is the day which the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. A blessed and joyful fifth Sunday after Trinity to you. One notes that in all other cultures, Greek, Italian, Spanish, and in the Latin language, today is the Lord's Day. In our own pagan English-speaking world, it is the day of the sun. I note here in this island where I've noted earlier things seem to make sense. S-U-N-S-O-N, as my father used to say, Mox Nix. It's the same thing. Let's go with it. Today is the day of the sun, who rose again and rises every day in our hearts and in our lives and in our world. So, today we have in our gospel my second favorite account of the calling of St. Peter. I'm a Matthean caller of the first apostles. One, because Andrew was the first called, and he brought his brother with him, as the Collect for St. Andrew's Day puts it. However, today we have Luke's account. In Matthew's account, we have, "You are fishermen, and I will make you fishers of men." Today, we have a much more organic, much more earthy, much more real account. In Matthew's account, "Follow me," and straightway they dropped their nets and followed him. Today, we have Luke's account, and it takes some work. I have great affection for Matthew's account, mostly because I'm a St. Andrean myself, and I love the call of Andrew. I went to 2 St. Andrew's institutions, and the cult of Andrew is in my soul. But when it comes right down to it, Peter is my favorite apostle, because he's a human being, because he never quite gets it, because he's like you and me, because he's flawed, and he knows it. In today's gospel, Jesus has been set upon. He has been followed, he's been listened to, and that's wonderful. And the crowd presses him to the shore of Lake Gennesaret, and he has nowhere else to go, so he gets into a boat. They can't follow him into the boat. And he sits down and he begins to teach them. And when he's finished, he looks around and he sees Peter and he says, "What's going on?" And it's obviously morning, because they're mending their nets, they're folding them, they're putting them away. And he says to him, "We've fished all night and we've caught nothing." And Jesus says, "Fish over here." And he does. And the haul is so vast that it breaks the nets, and he has to call all his friends to help him bring it into the boats, and the catch of fish fills several boats. The photograph in today's email is of a boat which is in the Piso Levati harbor here in Paros. It is a fisherman's boat. It is the same shape, the caique shape, which has basically 2 bows. It's pointed at both ends. It's flexible. It can go either way. And the only difference in this boat is it's motorized. That's the only difference between the shape of this boat that plies the Mediterranean and the shape that would have been on Lake Gennesaret in Jesus' time. And this boat, and look at it carefully, pinch in or whatever you do, whatever device you're on, this boat is christened Petros, as in tu es Petrus et super hanc Petrum edificibo ecclesiam meam. Peter. This boat's called Peter because Peter is not only the patron of fishermen, he was the first called to be fisher of men. And so today we have that. And Jesus stands at Peter, right before him, in his face, and he's about to call him. And Peter, sensing that he was in favor, especially because of the great haul of fish, doesn't feel honored. He feels humbled and says, "Depart from me, Lord, for I am a sinful man." Depart from me, Lord, for I am a sinful man. In today's lessons from Matins, we read of David, who, when by the prophet Nathan is confronted with his sin, instead of what he could do, which, as St. Ambrose puts it in his homily on the occasion, he was under no earthly law. David, as king, could be judged by no earthly court. He could do what he wished with impunity. But when confronted with the fact that he had transgressed the laws of man and the laws of God, he repented. And immediately Nathan said, "Because you have repented, the Lord hath put away thy sin. You shall not die." When Peter knelt at Jesus' feet and says, "Depart from me, Lord, for I am a sinful man," Jesus turned to him and said, "Fear not." That angelic salutation, which angels always give when they show up and scare people. "Fear not, for henceforth thou shalt catch men." Let us be like David. Let us be like Peter. Let us examine our hearts and our minds and our souls. And when confronted with our wrongdoing, let us fall to our knees and repent. And let us hear those welcome words of Nathan, "The Lord hath put away thy sin, thou shalt not die." And let us rise, as Peter rose, to the challenge of Jesus' words, "Fear not, for henceforth thou shalt catch men." May we go forth this day, repentant, forgiven, and fishers of men.